Yesterday, an Airbus A319 from Avianca got decorated with Christmas decorations during their approach into runway 13 left in Bogota, Colombia. They were operating flight AV029 from Orlando in the United States to Bogota, and during the approach they flew into and crashed into what seems to be a pyrotechnic balloon. Now, up until yesterday, I had no idea that such a thing even existed, but apparently it does. It seems to be being a very large balloon, probably used, like the name suggests, to carry fireworks. This happened at 20:07 local time, which was just after midnight UTC. The aircraft continued the approach, landed successfully, and according to Av Herald, a great site if you haven't checked that out, by the way, they just landed, took the first available high-speed turn-off of runway 13 left and stopped on the taxiway, and was met by firefighters. And there is some pretty amazing pictures available on YouTube. I'll show you a little bit of it here and link to it below, where you can see that the aircraft is absolutely tangled with different plastic details and what was left of this balloon, basically. So it must have been a large balloon, because there is these plastic pieces all over the left wing, the left engine, the right wing, the right engine, and also part of the vertical and horizontal stabilizer. So this must have been a huge balloon. Now, is this a good thing? No, obviously not. Like, we don't want to run the risk of flying into anything, especially not on final approach. Even though this balloon was probably made out of largely soft materials, so it wouldn't have caused a risk for actually like seriously damaging aircraft components, it's still, there's still a lot of plastic, and that, if it's ingested into the engines, for example, could potentially flame out both engines on final approach. On top of that, you have the risk of the plastic getting tangled in the trailing edge flaps, the leading edge flaps, the flight controls. You could have them covering the pitot tubes, and if they do that, that could lead to unreliable airspeed, which is definitely not something you want, especially not on final approach. And also on top of that, you could have the balloon just covering the cockpit windows, of course, which would make it impossible for the pilots to look outside and see the landing. Now, all of these things have procedures for them. So unreliable airspeed can be dealt with, flap problems can be dealt with, and you could even do an auto land if you have zero visibility out, even though it's not something you would recommend, certainly. But it is a very serious incident, and I'm very, very happy to report that no one was injured. The aircraft doesn't seem to have become damaged. It seems to have been relatively or well handled by the Avianca crew that was involved. Is this something that's common? Well, no. This is the first time that I've ever heard about something like this happening. But I did have some discussions with some friends on Twitter prior to making this video, and apparently this thing with large balloons flying around airports is more common in South America than it would be here in Europe, where I fly. One of my friends said that he had been operating a flight into a city in South America, I don't know which one, where he broke through the clouds during the descent and found himself facing a large, like a 50 feet wide balloon, which they then had to obviously, maneuver to get around. So it has happened before. Now, me personally, I have seen balloons as well in Europe, but that has been weather balloons. And the ones that I've seen, obviously, I think it's only happened once or twice during my 18 years in the business. And when I've seen them, they have been close, uncomfortably close, but it's never been a real risk of flying into them. So it looked like 2020 wanted to go out with a bang. Fortunately, that didn't happen. So let's now all just hope that 2021 will be a calmer year, a better year for the aviation industry. And yeah, that's it. Those are the breaking news that I wanted to share with you. Obviously, I didn't even have time to get into the to the office to do this video. So with those words, have an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Right guys, I really hope that you liked that. If you want more content like that, more aviation content, well then check this out. I hope that you have subscribed to the channel and that you've highlighted the little notification bell. See you inside of the Mentour Aviation app and have an absolutely fantastic day. Bye-bye.